Hi, good morning everyone. It's Karen and welcome back. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. And please consider subscribing if you want to follow along and with my intermittent fasting journey and weight loss journey, and also share what's going on with yours. I would love for that, for you to share that. I haven't filmed in a few days. It was a pretty busy week at work and some things going on in the evenings, but mainly I've really been focused the last few days on just testing my blood sugar after eating different foods. So I've been testing the heck out of this. So I use the Keto Mojo brand, and it is really simple and painless. I guess I was afraid of it for a long time, and I'm not sure why, but I actually, for me, to have a tiny prick, and then when I press on my finger, I'm able to squeeze out literally like one good drop of blood. That is enough to, that's all the meter needs. So for me, that happens to be on just that third setting. And anything less than that, I actually don't get a good drop. But that's just it's just the smallest, quick, tiniest prick. And like I said, one drop and I'm done. I've been testing the heck out of everything I've been putting in my mouth. This was a container of 50 and I'm down to 10. So just this week I've gone through 40 test strips of testing things. And that's because I test something, I get my blood sugar baseline right before I consume something, and then I wait and test an hour later. And in some cases where it's been something that has made my blood sugar spike pretty significantly, then I might test again an hour after that and just see if it's gone even higher or come back down. So that's why I've been going through these like crazy. I've already ordered, they were having a sale if you buy two, so 100 strips. So anyway, those are coming in the mail, and I'm glad because there's still some more things I want to test and try. So some of the things I have learned this week as I've been doing this are things that I have been eating pretty regularly over the past few years of being low carb and trying to be keto. And it turns out that these are things that, while they are low carb, they are spiking my blood sugar pretty significantly. So one of those is wine, and I talked about that in my last video. I've also tried, there's two different places that make chicken salad, and I love their chicken salad, and it's not the kind with the grapes and all that kind of stuff that you know is going to be carb heavy. It's really, in tasting it, I don't taste any sweetness, and so I thought that these might be okay, but again, I don't know the ingredients in them. By looking up their nutrition facts on their websites, the carb count, like I said, was within a range that I felt like these would be safe foods. But it turns out my two favorite chicken salads spiked my blood sugar. I was also sad to find out that my new favorite yogurt, that Too Good brand, that only has a few grams of carbs in the whole cup, and it's delicious and it's thick and it's, anyway, unfortunately, it also spiked my blood sugar. And when I say spiked, it means that an hour after I eat, when I do that test, if my blood sugar's gone up like 10 points or more, I consider that a spike. So I need to do some more testing, but so far it seems like nuts, whether that's macadamia nuts, almonds, those are the ones I've tested so far. I don't eat cashews because they already have a higher carb count. I have not tested pecans or walnuts. I will test those, but so far it looks like nuts raise my blood sugar. Not quite 10 points, but I think if I remember right, it went up probably in that 5 to 8 point range. And cheese. So I've tested the baked cheese wisps, and I tested like a little square of cheddar cheese. And so far that raises it more than 5 points, probably in that 5 to 10 point range. So again, just trying to learn, you know, what's going to work for me, what foods do I like that aren't going to have a significant spike. So on the things that I have found that are working for me, fortunately, the drinks that I'm drinking during my fasting window, so that's the different teas that I drink, that is coffee, if I use a tablespoon of half and half, and either my sweet leaf drops or my monk fruit liquid drops. I've used the flavored vanilla or caramel. So far, those that does not cause any spike. In fact, when I go back and test my blood sugar an hour later, it is the same as it was or lower. Also, I've tested my different Prove It ketones, both whether it had the caffeine or the broth or the non-caffeine, and they're all good. Again, they tend to lower my blood sugar when I test an hour later. So from a breaking my fast perspective, following the advice of Thomas DeLauer, I mentioned that on my last video, of him recommending a combination of proteins and fats. So fortunately, my favorite beloved Canucka sausage does not spike my blood sugar. An hour later, it only gone up 1, maybe 2 points. Same for the Trader Joe's grass-fed roast beef, and also the baked salmon. And so all those were really good for breaking the fast. Now what I want to try some more, I'll do some meal prep this weekend, but I want to try, I also like Jimmy Dean's hot spicy ground sausage. I'm going to make up some of that, and also I'll do some 80-20 ground beef with some clean taco seasoning mix that I buy from Maria Emmerich's and her website. So I'm going to make those up and try those next week and test how that works for breaking my fast, because that should be a good combination, again, of protein and fats for breaking the fast. A few other things I still need to try. I have not tested my dark chocolate. I ran out this week, so I'm going to get some more this weekend and test that. I'm going to make my homemade chicken salad or tuna salad and do some testing with that, because that would be another good combination of protein and fat for breaking my fast. I did also test the Rebel Creamery ice cream, a few different flavors this week, and also, thumbs up, they did not spike my blood sugar. So I do know that even if the dark chocolate doesn't work for me, I do have the Rebel ice cream that I can have for a delicious dessert. And so yeah, the other thing I want to test that I've not tested yet are any of the sugar-free condiments. So in general, I've been using sugar-free ketchup or barbecue sauce. I've heard that they've come out recently with a steak sauce, so I'd like to try those. And now that I know, like for instance, that the roast beef does not spike my blood sugars, then what I'll do this week is I will test having some of the roast beef with the ketchup or the steak sauce or something like that, and test it, and then I'll know if there is a spike. I'll know it's from the condiment. So yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. I guess my long-term goal in this is just to continue to really narrow down and understand that list of foods that, number one, I like and enjoy. You know, there's things I really don't like. I'm not a big fan of eggs, so I really don't eat many eggs. I'm not a fan of avocados. You know, so there's foods that I don't care for and have not been eating, and I don't want to eat them just because they're keto or low carb. So what I'm really trying to work with here are the foods that I do like, that I would enjoy eating regularly. I love what I'm doing during the fasting window. Starting my day with my Lady Grey tea, then mid-morning having the caffeine ketone that just gives me such a boost of energy. It makes me feel good. It tastes good. Then later in the afternoon, sometimes I've been sipping the half a pack of the bone broth, the ketone bone broth. And then in the afternoon, usually probably around 2 to 3 o'clock, I will either have the non-caffeine ketones, or I'll have a cup of decaf coffee, like I said, with half and half and some sweetener. So that just has kind of gotten to be my routine, those 4 things. Sometimes I have the peak tea. When I am drinking the ketones, I'm only using half a package. That's enough for me. So that just easily, comfortably gets me through that 20-hour fasting window. And then again, just practicing with different proteins and fat combinations to break the fast, and then what can I have later as my meal. Oh, the other thing that I found out, which was thumbs up, since I can't have wine, I did test this week both with tequila and with vodka. of just drinking that over ice with lime-flavored seltzer water. I did not put any squeeze of real lime in there. I really just wanted to keep it as clean as possible. And thankfully, those did not spike my blood sugar. So I do know that socially, or if I'm wanting to have a cocktail in the evening with Albert, that I can enjoy those, and there was no spike. Actually, I think in both cases it actually went down a point or two. So I feel good about that, but my beloved red wine is off the table, at least for now during my weight loss journey. I might can incorporate it occasionally once I'm in maintenance, but for my weight loss journey, I have not weighed in this week because I've been staying here at the house in town that we're remodeling, and I don't have a scale here, but I'll be going home later today. It is Saturday. I've got a few things to do, a commitment here in town, and then I'll be going home. And probably, actually, I'll just wait and weigh on Monday. That'll be July the 1st, and then that way I'll know, my total weight loss for the month of June. So I was sitting at 5 pounds. I'm hoping this week I've lost another couple of pounds. I'd really like to hit maybe that 7-pound mark or more. But honestly, now that I know some of the things I've been consuming regularly that are spiking my blood sugar, I guess I'm not really surprised now that my weight loss has been slower than I had hoped for. So just continuing to refine this, I think that will be helpful to me during these next few months in hitting my goals, because I can really just focus in on the foods that are working for me. And yeah, so I'm very excited. I'm very encouraged. This has been a great month. Even if I didn't lose another pound, just what I've learned and what I think it will mean for me going forward in terms of being more successful has been incredible. So very happy with how things are going this month. And yeah, so that's my update. I will be back on Monday, July the 1st with a weigh-in, and we'll see how the month of June went, and plus any additional testing I'm able to do on some of my favorite foods between now and then, and I'll share those with you as well. So thanks for watching. God bless, and have a great day.